Yeah, man. I don't know what to say, man, but I know one thing, man. We're not ready for no race war. I'm talking to the black people. We're not ready for no race war. And I'm not a proponent or propose a race war. But I'm just saying for the people that keep talking about get ready for a race war, get ready for a race war. We're not ready for no race war at all. All right? For one, if a race war kicked off, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Half of the black folks is gonna run with the white people. That's what's gonna happen. They gonna run with them people with them guns and kiss up. We got too many coons anyway to try to have some type of race war. Fuck out of here. What we need to worry about is having a fucking collective unit, how to come together, how to stand for something. You know, it just fucked up, man, because it just seemed like every time we have a brother that shows the characteristics of a leader that's able to galvanize, pull the troops together, and have a unit that stand for something, they always get assassinated or falsely imprisoned, man. It's like the head of the snake always gets cut off or gets took out by his own kind. So it's like, damn. So I be damn, man. That's why I say I worry about my kids and my family, man. I'm not finna sacrifice myself for none of you motherfuckers out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't stand for shit. And then Colin Kaepernick, he in the news right now. So Colin Kaepernick is in the news again, right? Apparently, the Las Vegas Raiders are giving him a trial, supposedly, right? Now, this is the thing with Colin Kaepernick, right? I feel like when he did this thing by kneeling, we had the whole world attention, man, for at least 1 or 2 weeks, man. The world stopped, man. But guess what? We couldn't come together as a collective, man. We didn't get nowhere, man. It was just a moment that passed. If them dudes really stood on it, man, and really came together, man, we could have got some stuff changed, in my opinion. Now, what people gonna say, that's easy for me to say because I wasn't in the NFL and I wasn't sacrificing my $1 million contract. So they say, you could say that because it wasn't you. Yeah, I can see people saying that. But at the same time, if it's a collective unit, that's the word we have to really work on is collective. If it's a collective where everybody's still with Colin Kaepernick, then that's going to force them to come to the table and give us the necessary changes that we want, that we talk about, that we march about, that we protest about. But without no collective stance, ain't not going to happen. They don't got no incentive to change. If they know you got 10 people crying, fighting for change, but you got 20 people that just want to be on the outside, they're going to go with the 20 people. Fuck you 10 people that's crying. Now, take them 20 people that just want to be with them and have them convert to the collective. Now you're talking. Now you're getting somewhere. Because the NFL ain't shit without black athletes. No sports ain't shit without black athletes. So I know it's easier said than done, but that's what it would take. Without great sacrifice, it won't be great change. Let me say it again. Without great sacrifice, it won't be great change. You go through the history of this country, whenever things got handled, whenever things, changed, it took a sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? In some cases, you have to sacrifice your income. You have to sacrifice your health. You have to even sacrifice your life. What are you willing to sacrifice for the change? I can say this right now. For the betterment of my daughters, my nephews, my nieces, little cousins, I definitely would sacrifice my life for the betterment of those people, of them coming up under me. However, to sacrifice for people that's my age, for adults, what would I be willing to sacrifice? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only way I would be willing to sacrifice something for adults and people my age if we are on a collective unit. if we all have the same accord and we all working towards the same goal, it's only at that moment will I be willing to sacrifice for grown people, right? And that's what it's going to take, sacrifice. The most ultimate sacrifice that I've witnessed in my life living is a suicide bomber, right? This might sound crazy to some people, but check it out. They're willing to they're willing to blow themselves up to get their point across. It's nothing more sacrificial than that. They're willing to blow themselves up to get their point across. So without great sacrifice, it won't be great change. And you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? Now, just in the short term, just having this conversation, I'm willing to sacrifice cable. I'm willing to sacrifice going to the game. I'm willing to sacrifice buying Jordans. I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of stuff that's a want and not a need, if that makes any sense. I can sacrifice once, right? But this way it gets tricky. To really get the change that we want, you have to be willing to sacrifice needs, right? And that's the part that black folks have to really come to grips to. So I just feel like, man, it's just so much, man, we have to work on out here. And the youth out here is running rogue. The value for life is at an all-time low. It's so easy to get shot and killed out here for nothing, right? Now they run up on you, you get carjacked. I mean, all this stuff has always went on, don't get me wrong. It just seems like now with social media and with the need for attention and all this, it just seems like it's ratcheted up to an all-time high. It's so many loose cannons out here, right? So I'm just trying to stick around as long as I can for my daughters. I'm trying to be here, so I try to avoid. That's another word, avoid. I try to avoid precarious situations, things that don't look right. I walk the other way. I'm not really trying to engage with strangers at all. I have a real short fuse as far as I'm not the type of guy that's going to be fucked with. You know, not saying I'm big and bad. It's just saying I'm not going to be fucked with. Like if I smell bullshit, I'm going the other way. You're not going to be able to fuck with me. I'm not even going to engage bullshit. And I realize everyone don't have the type of mentality I have. So those people, I honestly pray for those people, because so many times a person just by engaging with a stranger could find themselves in a situation they can't get out of. So, I mean, like Drake said, no new friends.